Welcome to Learnsquare. In this video, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of our Learnsquare assessment platform. So firstly, enter the user ID and password that has been provided to you and click on login. So once you log in, observe the left side. You'll have two options. Click on evaluate and click on dashboard. And here in this dashboard, you'll be able to see all the tests that has been assigned to you. So in this case, this is the test that has been assigned to you. So here you can click on start test. Now, please read the instructions very carefully before you start the test. So in this particular test, total there are 5 sections. So QA and LR, verbal ability, reading comprehension, technical, and the last one is the coding part. So these 4 sections are MCQs and the 5th section will be coding. So that coding section will come as soon as you complete the 4th section, and there will be a separate instructions for the coding part. Okay. Now after reading the instructions carefully, click on agree and continue. Here you can see the total number of questions, marks, time, topics and everything. Okay. Click on agree and continue. Now if this particular test is a proctored test, then you will have to provide access to your camera. If this is not a proctored test, then you need not provide any access and you have to simply click on OK and ignore it. So this is not a proctored test, so hence you need not worry about the camera access. Now, so this is the question window. So here you will be able to see your section name. So this is section 1, that is quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning. Okay, so here you can read the instructions again whenever you want, and if you want to have an access to the entire question paper, so you can click on this question paper so that you can see all these, let us say 30 questions at a time. So here this is the question area. You can read the question, and if it is MCQ, then the number of options whatever are there, it will be provided under the question. Okay, all you have to do is read the question, click on the right option whichever you believe, and move on to the next question. If you want to move to the next question, you have to come to the question palette and you have to click on this. As soon as you move, then you can observe that the question number turned to green. Now second question, third question, and go on. And in fact you can also put, if you have any doubt, if you're doubtful about your answer, then you can keep this question as review, and again you can come back and you can change it. Okay, unmark for review and again click on the right option whichever you believe. So once you are done, then you can move to the next section by clicking on the submit section. Please note that if there are any negative marks for this particular question, it will be indicated below. So in this case you have minus 0.25. Okay, so once you're done with all the questions, then you can move to the click on submit section and you can move to the next section, right? Submit. Then this is section 2, verbal ability. So here you can see the question and the 4 options, and you can switch between questions. Click on the whatever the right option you believe. If you want to clear the response, and you can choose another one and then move on to the next section. Please note that once you submit the section, you cannot go back to that particular section. However, within the same section, you can move from one question to another question. Okay, so this is one thing you have to be very careful about it. And there is no time limit to answer each question within that particular section. Okay, then once you are done with this, then submit the next section. So this is the next one, that is technical. Again you can see the number of questions here. Read the question, whichever the answer you feel is correct, mark it and submit the section. So now we have completed 4 sections of MCQs. Now we are moving to the last section, that is coding. For this particular coding section, the instructions will be different, so please read the instructions very carefully. And here the number of questions, time limit and marks will be displayed under the test instructions. So read all these things carefully and click on agree and continue and start. Please read this very carefully. For every question, you will have to enter the code in the coding compiler or this IDE, and you have to evaluate, right? After multiple iterations, as and when you feel that your code is correct, then you have to submit the question. You will not get the marks without submitting it. Okay, next, second important thing is do not click back button or refresh, or do not click close. If you do so, your test gets automatically submitted. Okay, so now in this left side you can see the question, you can read the question properly, you can also compile it with your custom input. And now here you have an option to select the number of languages, whichever language you feel you want to code, you can select that respective language and you can code it. So in this area you can code it. As I said, evaluate. As soon as you click evaluate, then it is going to evaluate for the test cases. There will be private test cases and there will be public test cases. And also it will tell you whether, for every evaluation, it will tell you whether you have passed or failed all these private and public test cases, and it will also display the total marks instantly. So then, since you have failed, come back, do the changes in your code and again evaluate. You can evaluate multiple number of times, and as and when you feel your code is correct, then you have to click on submit. When you click on submit, then only that question gets submitted successfully and the marks also will be allotted. Okay, evaluation will not give you marks, you will have to submit it. Okay, then move on to the next question and then code it, evaluate. Please select the language, whichever language you are comfortable, or whichever language you are asked to select, you please select it. Okay, and then evaluate, check your marks, and once come back and do the iteration. As and when you feel that your code is correct, click on submit. That's it. So total there are 2 questions you have submitted to, and let us say if you want to go back and change, go back and you can change it. Okay, so submitting doesn't mean that the entire test is submitted, right? That question is submitted, but at any point of time, if you want to change the code, you can come back, right? So once you are done with encoding first question and second question, then please click on the end test. Once you end test, that's it, the test gets submitted. So here all you can see the timer as well. Okay, so once you submit it, then it will ask for any feedback. If you have any feedback, you can give it, submit your feedback, that's it. Okay, so once you are done with the test, then simply log out and that's it. So this is what you have to access any test in our platform. Thank you so much for watching and all the best.